Hi, I'm Jason Freeman. I'm a speaker with a speech impediment, and today I'm excited to talk with you about navigating the ups and the downs of life. And and it seems like oftentimes we get fixated on one or the other leg, as in when things are going really good, we only focus on the good things, which feels great and gets us into a wonderful momentum. But when things are going poorly, we tend to focus on more and more things that kind that we don't like, that we find uncomfortable, and we we come, well, it's not that funny, but we do it. We can get in a cycle, can we, have just seen one bad thing after another, and feeling down in the dumps about it. And I mention this because this is not an experience unique to me, and it's not an experience unique to you. It's a deeply human experience. All humans go through this, and it's tempting to be like, oh yeah, well, we know, Jason, we know, but how often when we get feeling so bad about ourselves do we feel so alone? So I think it does bear reminding ourselves. Um. So because we all are we all really are the best. My parents told me that when I was young, and at first I thought that made me special, but they were really telling me the reality of who every human is. We all are the best versions uh, of ourselves, because we are the only one of us who ever has existed or ever will exist, who is who is uniquely like us, who can do the exact things we can do in the world, who can love the exact things we love, who can think the exact thoughts we think, who can create in the exact way we create. Um, how do I see the? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm still getting the hang of the slide thing. Go away. Okay, cool. But so often we forget about that we each are the best, and we fail to treat, treat ourselves with this degree of reverence, with this degree of awe and wonder, and like if we are truly the best, and only ones of us who ever existed, what will we do with our lives? what will we try? What will we have the courage to try? What will we explore? How will we have fun? In, instead of asking ourselves these questions that that enliven us and bring us and to grow into more and more of who we can be. We are often dealing with bullies, and I start with bullies early. In seventh grade, I had this miserable bully who was after me day in and day out, and just trying to convince me that far from being the best, that I was the absolute worst. It was extraordinarily painful. And this bully blinded me to all the good things that were going on around me in my life around this time. For example, in sixth grade, I really participated beyond my comfort zone. I went out for the YMCA basketball team that at my school, and I was with them all season. I attended practices, I attended games, and yet yes, I sat on the bench a lot, and yes, I didn't score a point all season, but looking back on it now, it was just so great to participate in something so far beyond my comfort zone at such a young age. And then in the beginning of the summer of sixth grade year, I remember it so well because I went on just such an adventure to a sixth grade kid. My I went with my parents on a road trip from eastern South Dakota, from the Sioux Falls area all the way out to Washington D.C. and we spent a week in Washington and with my aunt who lives there, and we toured around and then drove back. Talk about adventure, and I still love adventure so much to this day. Then in seventh grade, even in seventh grade, I continued my desire to participate all the way to the spring of that year. I went out for track. Actually, for some reason, I not only went out for track, but they thought, oh, hey, this uncoordinated kid with a speech impediment who doesn't have much ability to, who doesn't like to concentrate too much. I know. I bet he will be great with a shot put. So I practiced shot put. My parents actually bought me a shot put. Then I got up in my first track meet and was all excited and I ended up throwing that shot put backwards. I like to say I still hold the negative record for shot put yardage at Brandon Valley High School. So things were a lot of good things were happening around this time in my life. A lot of ups. And but I was focused on this huge bully who kept on me day in and day out. And if you have guesses who this bully was, put it in the comments. But this bully kept telling me everything you accomplish, every assignment you do, every even going out for track, everything you accomplish, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. You're not enough. And to make matters worse, I was worried about nuclear war. I was worried about war issues that I felt powerless to do anything about, and that was stressful. And the bully kept telling me, "You're not doing anything about these huge world issues." And I got more and more nervous and more sad. And and I went from looking like having this joy of knowing I was the best me, being Jason, free baby, to to being this miserable kid. I forgot that I was the best me in the world. And 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 you know what, I put everyone went up like under that light, up under that light. But where am I in this picture? Back then I was way down at the bottom, and just uh, like sometimes when we feel so low, we just think that having everyone's happier than us, everyone's doing better things than us, everyone's has it all figured out, but we don't. And celebrating people and really paying attention to their accomplishments and being and asking about them and cheering them on. I'm all for that. I love doing that almost. I love doing a lot of things, but that's one of the things I truly love to do. But 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 when we're looking at people's accomplishments and being jealous of them and using the good other people are doing in the world as they create the best them in the world, when we're using all that as a means to tell ourselves that we are at the bottom of the staircase and everyone else is at the top, that's just, it gets horribly painful, doesn't it? And and then isolating. And another thing that the biggest bully, who was myself, was telling me, the other thing that I was telling myself no one else was experiencing hard times. No other kids in my class, even though these kids were in seventh grade and dealing with being a seventh grader and all the struggles that come with being a young person, I was telling myself that no, they had it all figured out, and I did not. When we create the scenario of me at the bottom and everyone else versus everyone else who is way beyond me, it's just such a lonely place. And and I attempted to take my own life. I attempted to take my own life. I got so down and so desperate and so confused about the direction I wanted to go in life and convince myself that I was no good, that that I chose to attempt to take my own life. And so many young people and tragically or tragically younger people and older people attempt to take their own life and some people tragically succeed at at at, at dying in this manner and and from my experience it's so utterly disorienting being in that place in, in when we're disoriented sometimes uh when we're so disoriented we don't know where to go. Luckily for me there was some voice within me. Maybe it was within me. Maybe it came from my higher power. I'm not sure how to describe where it came from, but but I just know it came, and it's a miracle like that it came, and that voice said, "Hey, this is not the way. Call for help." And I call for help. I call for help. And and that call helped me get going in a direction of life. And that call when I was in seventh grade at the lowest I've ever been in life. That call help was the first step in that led me to where I am now talking to you. So sometimes another thing when we feel so low, we start convincing or trying to convince ourselves that nothing we do will make a difference. And and we it's important to remember that that what we do doesn't have to change everything. It doesn't need to. What we do next doesn't need to make us an overnight success. Or what we do next doesn't need to make us rich and famous. What we do next just simply needs to be the next step. It can be baby small, or it can be and I can't do much with the side screen, or else it can be much bigger. Baby small, much bigger. But but if but taking the next step, regardless of size, it's the next step, and one step can lead to the next and the next and the next. There's no way any of us are going to figure out the rest of our lives today. Just no way, and I'm glad, because what will we do with the rest of our lives if we figured them all out today? But we can take the next step, and that call for help change, save me and led me to where I am now. And And sometimes when we're feeling really low, we can think of a trusted friend or family member we want to reach out to, and and that's great. But if no one comes to mind, or no one's available, or if you just want to talk to someone anonymous, there's now a national suicide and crisis line, 988 988. It's so simple. Just remember 988, and you're talking to someone, and you're having a conversation. And I say so simple, but simple isn't always easy. It takes courage to it sometimes takes every ounce of courage a person has to call and ask for help. But if it takes it, it takes it, because it's so important, because this life isn't I mean, we don't. Not only don't we have to do this life all ourselves, it's pretty much impossible unless, and yes, we can argue that like there's some self-sufficient person in the middle of nowhere doing everything themselves, and maybe that's a possibility, but I don't know, because to grow all your own food, to make all your own clothes, I mean, it just be so much, and I definitely have not done my success, all the success I've enjoyed in my life myself. No, no, not at all. I have so many heroes to thank for helping me s- um st- st- oh, okay, starting with my parents, and including the Chris Taylor who I worked with, who made this great PowerPoint you see. I can remove it and put it back on. I'm sorry, still learning this technology. No to self, but but also so many teachers have helped me, and friends and business colleagues later in life, and meeting planners, on and on and on and on, and I'm just so grateful. The ups and downs of life become so much more manageable if we do them together. The ups and downs of life become so much more manageable if we do them together. Um, and I thinking back on seventh grade and the decision I almost made when I was feeling so low to take myself out of this life. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the effect it would have had on my parents, friends, on the whole community, and and to miss all this. Like I was on one of my photo trips the other week, and I saw the sunset. Life can definitely be hard, but it doesn't take away from it also being awe-inspiring. Life can definitely be hard, but it doesn't take away from it being awe-inspiring. And I want to find a slide. Not that one. I'm going to get this better. Oh, I want to if we live perfect talks like this wouldn't be needed if we lived perfect lives in a perfect world, but we simply don't. And we can be mad for the rest of our lives about life not being perfect, and we can be like, oh, it should be perfect, and why are the challenges and this and this and this? Or else we can just accept that, hey, this is part of life is where imperfections are. Part of life is where mistakes are. Part of life is where we make plans, but not everything goes as plans. That's always part of life, and if we accept it, we have more freedom to find joy in it. And I really wish I could find the slide. I want to find joy in life and find the slide. Oh, there's 21. Where's the slide? Okay, this isn't in the script. I want the slide though. I want to show you the slide. Where are you? Oh, did I not include it? Um, that that so the slide I was looking for is a slide about doing I am perfect best, and I don't think I had this in my role in the my slide deck this time, and next time I'll be sure to put it in. And what you just saw is me doing my imperfect best. And to me, imperfect best is not at all about seeking out making mistakes, finding finding or trying to make mistakes, being being unnecessarily careless. Do, doing an imperfect best is like when I started this presentation, I envisioned giving the best presentation that I could give, and and then I noticed that then a few minutes back I was hunting for a slide, and it was awkward, and all that, and I learned from that. I learned that I better, like, even when I'm doing a Facebook Live with a PowerPoint, I better look through the slides quickly beforehand to see that I have everything I want. And and then the imperfect best is learning from the mistake and moving again towards the best that you envision. And then the next mistake comes along, learn from that, get back on track, moving toward the best, and in just that routine, instead of a mistake comes along, it stops us in our tracks, and we think, "Oh, I'm just not good at that," and quit. Doing our imperfect best is about persevering towards what we want in life, even though mistakes happen, even though challenges happen, even though uncertainties definitely happen. And oh yes, I have comments from Tim. Tim, who is a huge support, and then a huge inspiration. He a few months ago he told me he was getting a group together to create a book called something about showing up perspectives on cancer. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're still watching, put in the exact title. But anyway, he told me a few months ago that he was creating it and getting people together. And just this morning, I look on my LinkedIn and you can pre-order it. It's amazing. Tim says life can definitely be hard, but that doesn't take away from it being awe-inspiring. Definitely not. Definitely not. So, the last thing I'll say, as you listen to this, I hope, I mean, you get some takeaways and remember a few things, like maybe the concept of imperfect best, and and then 988 is the number to the national crisis line. but more than that, I hope that my talks inspire you to ask more questions of yourself and of life and seek more answers. I hope my talks inspire you to try new things, even though you know it's a new thing that you haven't done a thousand times. So there'll be a learning curve, and there might be some 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 awkwardly. Remember your taglines, Jay. Even though you know that there might be some awkward awesomeness, and then also some just plain awkwardness. I so as a speaker, I don't want to tell my audiences what to do necessarily. I mean, but sure, they might take some ideas from my stories and stuff. But I want to remind them that they have the capacity to to love themselves, to really bring out the best that's unique to them, to challenge themselves, to try new things, to seek their own, to consider all the information out there and do the things that may make sense to them. I'm I'm the expert on no one's life, including mine. I'm still learning more and more about mine each day. But but together we can have conversations that inspire us to keep moving forward, keep challenging ourselves, and keep doing our imperfect best. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. You are so brilliant. You inspire me to be my best self, to do my imperfect best. You inspire so many people. You're just great. Thanks for all your support. And thanks to the people watching now live, and if you watch this later, thanks for watching. And I would love to hear your comments and quick questions, and I'll try and respond to them, because the talk is just my talk is just the catalyst to get you thinking and playing. Hopefully, get you thinking and playing and seeking and doing your imperfect best. Well, have a great day, and of course, I mean, obviously, or I shouldn't say obviously. My main vocation is I'm a speaker. I love to speak to small groups, from small groups to youth. Guess I love to talk to cough too. I love to speak to groups, from some small groups to thousands of people. If you are involved with a group that has a need, please reach out to me. Or if you know someone who has a group that has a need, please reach out to me. And I love speaking to a wide variety of groups, because I'm very much about wisdom from one type of group helps that all works together, like what I learn from speaking at schools helps me when I speak to businesses. What I learn from speaking to people like me who experiences disabilities helps when I speak at associations. It all works together. So definitely contact me if you want to start a conversation about possibly having me to speak and start a discussion at your organization. Well, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being you, and remember, you are the best and only you in the world. So raise your right hand, raise your right pointing finger, and say, "I love you, right pointing finger. I love you, right pointing finger. I love you, right pointing finger," and point at your heart and say, "I am the best. I am the best. I am the best." Yes, you are. Have a great day. Thanks so much for being you. Talk to you soon. Smile. I'm smiling. You can smile too. It's fun. Smile.